I wanted to share this morning. I wanted to create a video. I wanted to share what I am doing. I wanted to share what my experience is like. Um, Drinking my coffee. And no, this is. I'm nervous. I'm totally nervous about this video. I'm nervous that I don't know what to share. I don't have anything to say, but I'm gonna just get into it. And I was thinking I just had a really great morning. Got a lot done. Was super productive. Signed up for some real estate courses that I have been wanting to sign up for months, and 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 it's super easy. Like it's with the company I work with, and they're free. Well, they're not free. They're like $40,000, but I had paid for the courses, and I don't know. Anyways, I get them covered now, and because I work for them. But two buttons, maybe a couple buttons to click, and it was super easy. And their classes are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, I just now I'm losing that like motivation, right? That feeling. Had kind of a just started to get that like down, kind of pit of your stomach feeling of like, man, I was all motivated and pumped up before. Had started with the morning with like some meditation, a priming exercise, cold shower, a lot of water. I went for a run, some sprints, get the heart rate up, get the oxygen levels up, and it's like and then I get to a point where I work really hard and I do a lot of things, and then I lose all the energy. And it's just like, man, I'm done. And usually in those moments, I really just give up on life. I tend to just be like, well, I guess I didn't want it anyways, or this is too hard, or like I'd be really hard on myself for not being able to maintain those like super high levels of energy where I'm just like fucking pumped, I'm doing this, killing it, kicking ass. And because it feels like, if I don't do that, I can't ever attain the dreams that I want to have in life. And I don't know, part of me wonders what energy has to do with building dreams. They seem unrelated. They're starting to seem unrelated. I'm probably not quite there of like I'm perfect at it yet or whatever. Like they're fully separated. But the idea is like if you're building a house, actually building a castle came to mind, but if you're building a castle or a house or some object, like it doesn't take energy to lay some rocks or pour a foundation or build a like frame out a wall. Not like they, I don't know how to explain that. Like I don't know. I'm feeling nervous right now. By the way, that something about these videos really like triggers me. But it's like the wall may need to be built, for example, and it's like a couple wood boards may need to be put together at a 90-degree angle, and a couple nails put into them, and that's framing. None of which necessarily requires having to have high energy levels. I can do that on a very low energy state, I guess. But even then, the act of it being built may not even require me. It requires somebody else. It could require machinery. It could require I don't know, some form of robotics. Like, it doesn't necessarily require me to have a high energy level to have it built. And I feel like I'm trying to like teach some kind of lesson right now. I'm a little worried. I'm worried. Like I'm worried right now that if I can't maintain some like high energy level, or if I can't be in a certain mental state, or if I can't like it's like that I can't, then it's just I won't be able to do it. And I look for like how I'm not able to do things. I look for so many reasons and why I can't do it. And I can't do it. I think maybe I should just learn to accept that I can't do it. That's okay. It can be done even if I can't do it. There's still a way. It's an interesting thought. And I don't know what I want to say right now. I want to say that 20 minutes ago I had a lot of hope. A lot of like, oh fuck yeah, I'm doing this. And now I don't feel that as much. Now I feel like, oh man, I'm just back in the grind. I gotta do this stuff, and I just, I don't know, I get overwhelmed. I get down on myself. I wish I could keep things like super pumped up, high levels. I feel nervous and afraid. I feel a lot of things. Holy crap. Gotta feel a lot of stuff. And then I respond to him. I feel like I respond to him. I feel like I do something about it. It's like, oh, well. Give up, usually. It's usually my whole thing. I'll give up. I can't do it. It's not for me. I guess I didn't want it. I didn't want it enough. I didn't know what to do. And one thing that I'd done recently was I was doing this 21 days of abundance challenge. And a couple confronting parts showed up. And that's literally the entire point. So excuse me. I'm out of hands here. Gotta fix my hair. It's in my eyes. But one of them was to call somebody, a particular person, and I just said, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to call this person. I hate them. I hate the relationship we have. I hate the idea that every time I talk to them, they bitch about how we don't have a good relationship. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why would I do that? Why would I call them? Why would I waste my time? And it's supposed to be an important person to me in my life. Like, this is like a person of, society obligates you to say is important, and that you love them, and that you want to have a relationship with them. And kind of don't. So I didn't do that. And I sat there, and it's been 10 days or 12, 11 days, and everyone's completing the program today. And my thought is, well, if let's say abundance requires this exact 21-day program, right? Let's say at the end of 21 days, I have now attained my goals of abundance, and I have, I'll pick a number. Let's say it's $1 million, right? But I have to do this 21-day program in order to have that. Well, I didn't do the program, and I'm so not present. Oh my God. But I didn't do the program. And why would I expect to have the results? Right? If you don't do the house, build the house, how do you expect to have the house? If you don't have people build the house, if you don't have the house as like a priority, as the thing that's going to happen no matter how it happens, or abundance, happen no matter how it happens, or concert. I've always wanted to be in a band and like lead a concert. Like, if you're not committed to the concert happening, how do you expect it to happen? If you're not committed to doing the work, or sharing the opportunity, or like having it. It's not even like doing it. It's like having it be created. Like, this thing will exist, and I'm gonna make sure that happens. And maybe that doesn't look like what I think it normally looks like. Maybe like starting a car company, something I wanted to do, looked a certain way, and I was committed. I was committed to doing it, but like committed only when it was the way that I understood. And I was kind of taught and understood that, like, if you're going to do a car company, you want to be able to work with people that would probably do the engineering, so you probably want to get a mechanical engineering degree. So I did. The dream wasn't to get a mechanical engineering degree. The dream was never to become a mechanical engineer. The dream was to start a car company. But my viewpoint, how I perceived doing it, was to, one, do it myself, two, do something like a mechanical engineering degree, and then go work at companies, and then like think in my head about how I needed to convince investors and get people on board, and go take, I gotta go do another like art class so that I can learn to draw, and I've got to learn, now that I've kind of, it's been years since I've really done some engineering, like I've got to go back to engineering and learn all that stuff again, and learn how to like weld, and I've got to learn how to do something. I got to learn how to machine wheels, and stamp door panels, and plastic mold injection, do like plastic mold injection for lights, and I need to know how to build it. And it's like my whole life is surrounded around knowing how to do something, and I've got to know how to do it. And then maybe it can be built, and then maybe I can have a dream, and then maybe I can build that car company. And turn around. I want to say that's silly. I want to say, oh, that's ridiculous. I've been crazy about that. I've been not thinking logically or the way that I should, and and then I'm hard on myself for having thought that stuff, right? And it was like, that was my way of pursuing it. And unfortunately, I think giving up might have been one of my strategies for pursuing my dreams also. Probably giving up, because I'm afraid that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm so fucking scared to be seen as somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. And I try to put on this facade that I know what I'm doing. I got it all together. I don't know. It's like I'm kind of thinking maybe that doesn't relate to anything. Right? What is? It's like you can know what you're doing, you can not know what you're doing. Or maybe let's find a third option. If I'm committed to having a car company exist, and I'm committed to learning what it takes, and I'm committed to asking the questions, and talking to the people, and doing the things that might require for it to be built. And it doesn't necessarily involve having to know what you're doing. Like, God, I struggle with that whole concept that I've got to know what I'm doing. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, what about asking for help? I never do that. You know, it's like if you're building a car company, and you know, my mind goes to, I need to know how to build the paneling and siding of a metal building so I can build like a giant warehouse or whatever. And it's like, so that I can build these cars inside of it. And it's like, what does that have to do with anything? And you know, why not just, like, why do you have to know? Why does that even have to be your role, right? The person, why do you have to be the one that knows everything that builds it, right? And I kind of see myself also, like, what's coming up for me right now is like being like the dream holder, the person that holds on to the dream, that doesn't let it die. Like, I don't need to know what I'm doing to hold on to a dream. You know, I don't think Steve Jobs knew every freaking detail of the iPhone. He just held on to a dream. And he knew stuff. He was smart, I think. Actually, I don't know. I never met the guy, but man, could he share a dream? And I don't know. I guess the one thing, I spend more of my time trying to know how to do something in order to have a dream, rather than sharing the dream. This guy singing over there. And just, I don't know. I feel like I use these videos to get out of my head a little bit. I feel like I use them that when my mind is racing, I can actually start sharing something honestly. And it takes me some 20 minutes apparently to like actually kind of get out of my head, and start looking at myself in the camera, start talking to you, rather than just spewing and babbling shit out of my brain. So I don't know. Thank you for listening to this while I spew and babble. And but it's real for me. It's like these are the things that go on in my head. Like it's just this back and forth, racked my brain. Gotta know, I don't know, gotta know to start. I don't know how to start. I gotta know how to build everything. I don't know everything, so I can't do it. And it's like, yeah, and I can't do it because I don't know everything. And I live my life like that. I just live my entire life like, I don't know everything. I don't know how to do everything, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go after this dream. I'm not gonna, like, how the fuck do I expect to know how to build a fucking car company? I don't expect to know how to know everything. It's a lot of expectations. That's a lot of piled on shit. And it's a lot of like trying to overcome some identity as someone who doesn't know. And I just keep trying to fix the problem of I'm someone who doesn't know. And it's bad not to know. Not knowing puts me in dangerous situations. I avoid situations. I avoid the unknown because I feel like it's not dangerous. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at all. You know, most of my life is not knowing what I'm doing. I'm trying things, experimenting, seeing what happens, you know, and sometimes I feel like I experiment a little bit to a fault. Like I'll try one thing for a little while, and then I'll move on to the next, and I'll try that, and then I'll try something else, and then after that I'll try a third thing. And thought that came up for me is you get what you're committed to. I feel like I've been committed to a life of learning, of like understanding, of trying to figure it out. Like if I could figure this out, then something. And it's that then something that is like the dream. It's the then something. Then after I figure it all out, then I can have a car company. Then I can marry that girl. Then once I have enough money, I can get the house. And I can provide the space for which a girl or a person would want to spend their life with me. And it's like the then something. And it's like an illusion. It's not even there. It's not even in the future. I give up on myself because it's like I spend more time saying I don't know what I need. I should know. I should be somebody that knows. Rather than saying I'm committed to a relationship, I'm committed to buying a house and making those things happen. And then following through with them. When I give my word to it, following through. And that's probably been one of the hardest things about that abundance group that I was talking about earlier, is that I didn't follow through with it. I just feel like a much smaller person now. Like I don't know, made excuses. Made reasons and considerations and blah, 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 blah. And I did not complete that group. And it's not over, but man, I got 10 hours to do 12 hours maybe. I guess that's still doable. Gotta call that person. That would be a very unreasonable thing to do, make that happen. And nothing in my mind, nothing in my body says that that's even possible to do. But man, it'd be pretty cool that, maybe I can speed up the audios if I need to. Maybe I can streamline the process a little bit. Maybe I can have somebody do it for me and share what they got out of it and as if they were doing it for me or something like that. Maybe I can pay someone to do that. Maybe there's got to be a way to make it happen, right? Maybe I can say, maybe we can, get the whole country on board or enroll the whole country with having less days in the week, and let's just add 2 of the days together. Monday will go for the next 48 hours. We'll see the sun twice on Monday, but then I'll have completed it by Monday. Just I guess I gotta do this thing. I gotta pull this off. Maybe I'll go for runs. I'll go for a run, I'll do a meditation. I'll go for a run, I'll do a meditation. I'll go for a run, I'll do a meditation. I'll catch up on this fucking thing. And I'm pissed. Like I say, it's a fucking thing. Like it's a bad thing. Like fuck this program because it makes me feel something. But really, I just feel like shit because I'm behind. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm failing. I feel weak. I feel like powerless because I'm just so behind. It's incomplete. I'm not responsible for it. I'm not taking the actions required. I'm not doing the things that I'd promised to do, that I committed in joining this program. Were there some unknowns about what I was supposed to do? Yeah. Am I gonna just sit there and bitch that there were some unknowns? I have been. I really have been. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to pull this. I gotta pull this thing off. I gotta be unreasonable about it. I got a class at 8 p.m. for real estate tonight, and pull it off. Finish it by midnight. 10 days, 11 days, probably 20 minutes each, 5-6 hours. Sounds doable. Even if I have a 2-hour class, 3-hour class, That's 3 hours plus 6 hours of meditation over about a 12-hour period. Probably got to make some phone calls, do some writing. God, I would love to complete this course with my friends. It would be a million times better than being the one dragging ass behind. Maybe someday catching up, maybe someday finishing it. Maybe, I'll be days and weeks behind, but maybe. That sounds awful. Sounds very lonely. Maybe I'll just spend the day outside. It's sunny, it's beautiful. Get this thing complete. Get it done on time. Is it perfect? No. Is it done on time? Yep. That's the goal. Did I complete it with my friends? Can I high five them all at the same time? Did we cross the finish line at the same time? Yeah. Did I have to sprint my way and towards the end to catch up? We're gonna find out. But yeah, probably actually. I'm gonna take 11 days of work and put it into one. Okay, guess I'm doing that. Thanks for listening. I gotta go. I'm gonna go. And your time means a lot to me. It's actually, I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like I just say that to make people feel good. It is a fucking experience for me to have people actually listen to this. It's a trip. Like, that, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel important, bigger, special. So, yeah, thanks for that. And I'll be creating a new video soon, I'm sure, and I'll share that with you when that comes up. And now for the super uncomfortable, awkward goodbye.